Can student athletes transfer within the same NCAA conference? Imagine being part of a team and wanting to switch to a different school in the same conference. Can you do that without losing your chance to compete right away? Let's find out. The NCAA, which is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, allows student athletes to transfer within the same conference. But it's not always straightforward. The rules depend on both NCAA regulations and the specific policies of each conference. First, the NCAA has a system called the Transfer Portal. This is an online database where athletes can declare they want to transfer. Once in the portal, coaches from other schools can contact them. Since 2021, NCAA Division I athletes have a one-time transfer exception. This means they can move to a new school and be eligible to compete immediately, as long as they meet academic and conduct standards. Academic eligibility is important. Athletes must be making progress toward their degree and stay in good academic standing at both their current and new schools. If they meet these requirements, they can often transfer without sitting out a year. However, when it comes to transferring within the same conference, things get more complicated. Many conferences have their own rules, some requiring athletes to sit out for a year before competing again, even if NCAA rules say they can play right away. This is meant to keep the balance and discourage athletes from moving back and forth between schools in the same conference. Other conferences might waive the sit-out period if the athlete gets a releases from their original school or meets certain conditions. So, it really depends on the conference's specific policies. For student athletes trying to balance sports and school, transferring within the same conference can impact their academic progress and playing time. They need to check if their transfer will affect their scholarship or degree plan. It's also smart to understand transfer windows, which are specific times when athletes can enter the transfer portal. Missing these windows can delay the process. Talking to academic advisors and compliance officers at both schools is key. They can help make sure credits transfer properly and that the athlete stays on track to graduate. In summary, yes, student athletes can transfer within the same NCAA conference. But whether they can compete immediately depends on NCAA rules and the conference's policies. Academic standing is essential, and some conferences may requiring a year of sitting out. Planning ahead and understanding these rules helps athletes make smart choices that support both their sports and academic goals.